States. I'm doing this for a number of reasons. First is that Donald and I, along with Melania and Mary Pat, have been friends for over a decade. He has been a good and loyal friend to our family, as we have been to he and his family. And over the years, we've had a lot of wonderful times together.
Well, that was Christie endorsing Donald Trump just minutes ago. So what does it mean, if anything, to the race for the White House? Ford O'Connell joins us, Republican strategist. Leslie Marshall is a syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Good to see you both. Ford, most political pros are dubious about endorsements. They don't seem to think it matters much. But did what just happened change the conversation away from what some perceive to be Donald Trump's poor performance last night in the debate?
Well, absolutely. Donald Trump basically got pushed around last night and walked into a Cuban sandwich. Marco Rubio was out, questioned the winner, and what happened now is Trump decided to snatch the media news cycle away from him. And to boot, he's got himself a Garden State pit bull who for the next 3 weeks' job is to basically push Marco Rubio out of this race.
You know, Leslie, last night, let's go back to that. On 3 different subjects, Trump was asked specifically what's your plan, and for all 3 he offered very little. Obamacare, for example, he kept saying over and over, we're going to have many plans. Other than selling, insurance across state lines, the moderator pressed him and said, but what else? And he literally said there's nothing more to add. Does that expose a weakness in Trump? He's short on substance, long on pronouncements.
And short on consistency. And that's why I think that the GOP need to have a come to Jesus talk with each other, if you will, because it's sort of like, hey, he has great ideas. How are you going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Obamacare, immigration, and of course asking for apologies along the way. He clearly was not presidential. He clearly lacked substance. And quite frankly, I'm a Democrat, and I sat there and went, whoa, Marco Rubio became a man last night.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a boy become a man.
Here's where I got to disagree with you.
A bunch of subjects here. Let me switch to taxes now. Trump has been resisting releasing his taxes, and suddenly over the last couple of days he says, well, now I'm not going to do it because I'm being audited and I'm always being audited. What does releasing your existing returns for several years, and surely they exist because you got to file them with the IRS, what does that have to do with an audit?
Well, nobody even, in Trump's case, nobody actually knows, and that's why the whole situation is very problematic.
Let me help you with the answer. It has nothing to do with releasing your returns. Yes, you're being audited by the IRS, which means they're examining the merits of your returns. But that has nothing to do with releasing that which already exists on paper, your returns.
I agree with you, but this is about casting doubt on Donald Trump's vision, which is to make America great. Is he really going to help the little guy, or is he a con artist? And basically, he handled this very poorly last night, and even in the CNN post-debate interviews, he said, well, maybe I was audited because of my strong Christian views. Are you really serious that that's what you want to go out there with? The point is to cast doubt on Donald Trump. He's not selling an issue. He's selling a vision, and that's really where you really can get at Donald Trump. And I disagree with Leslie in terms of substance. Most people need substance. Donald Trump is selling a vision, and that's what he's hoping to
on taxes, he may be selling a canard instead of a vision. Leslie, let me ask you about the wall and immigration. There was almost a comical moment last night when Trump said he was offended by the coarse language uttered by the former Mexican president Vicente Fox over building the wall, as if Trump had somehow forgotten his profanity-laced campaign.
Quite frankly, calling Latinos, and he did not say illegal immigrants at the beginning, if you remember that quote, murderers and rapists. The things that he has said and alleged against the Muslim community with the proposed ban, and just the comments, not just throughout his life, but certainly throughout this campaign, I sat there with my jaw dropped that he was concerned that somebody had dropped a profanity, as the president of Mexico did. And quite frankly, I thought the president of Mexico was speaking more on Donald Trump's level at that point. So I'm very surprised that he brought that up, almost like, oh, I'm such a good Christian man, I'm offended by that. And I thought, is anybody buying this? The Republican people were smarter than that.
Before he ran for president, Trump loudly and repeatedly used the very same word. Leslie Marshall,
correct.
Ford O'Connell, good to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you, Greg.